Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I have something for you that's going to be kind of fun. It's a break from some of the normal stuff that I've been posting and showing in my videos. But what I'd like to show you today is the top 10 best looking custom lightsabers that you can buy. This is only going to include pre-installed lightsabers. These aren't going to include empty hilts or Sabersmith custom pieces. Because there's a vast range of hilts that one can create. A Sabersmith or an installer, they can create thousands of millions different variations of hilts. And when you throw in the custom saber shop and different saber part stores, I mean, you can really create anything with a Sabersmith. So this is only going to include sabers that you can buy from a saber company that's pre-installed. I believe just about, actually, yes, every single saber that I'm going to mention actually is pre-installed with NeoPixel sabers, which that's kind of my go-to. This is purely subjective. This is by no means a buyer's guide. This is by no means an end-all be-all definitive list on the objective top 10 best looking lightsabers. Nothing like that. This is my opinion, and these are sabers that a lot of people find very, very attractive. There are a lot of lightsaber hilt designs that I'm probably leaving off of this list and some that I'm missing. Once you realize how many lightsabers there are out there, then you'll realize why I'm going to be missing a lot of maybe your favorite designs or something like that. Keep in mind, this will not include, because I know people are going to ask about it, this will not include that company that I've talked about in the past, because you know why. If you've seen that video, you know why that I don't recommend them at all. I know a lot of people come on here and say they really love their hilt designs and stuff like that, but I'm not going to recommend those or even talk about those in this video because of what I talked about in that video. So with all that in mind, let's get started. Number 10, I'm going to count down from 10 to 1. Actually, I'm going to count down from 10 to 2, and then I'm going to throw in an extra bonus one in there just because I can, and then I'm going to show y'all number 1. So starting off with number 10, I'm going to go with Sabermock and their Dark Storm Saber. This is a very interesting design. I've covered Sabermock, and I've talked about Sabermock in my video about the top 5 lightsaber companies as an honorable mention in that video. They don't have a ton of range with their hilt designs. They only have a few as of right now. However, this Dark Storm is one of the coolest hilts that I've ever seen. It's very angular. It gives you that futuristic look. I hate to make this comparison, but it kind of reminds me of like a Tesla car. That kind of hilt, that kind of design, that angular, very cool looking design. It's pretty ergonomic if you own one. I've seen videos and pictures of people who own one, and it's very comfortable, and it's very nice feeling in the hands. And I'll give you links to check out these lightsabers. So number 9, I'm going to go with the Ultimate Works / POC Store LA9, the Princess. So this is, if you haven't seen the sequel movies, which I'm not going to get into a discussion about sequel movies because people either hate them or they love them, and I'm not going to get in that discussion because that's not what this channel is about. But in the sequels, I don't know if it was 8 or 9, you see a scene where Princess Leia is in training with Luke, and this is after the events of Return of the Jedi, I believe. And you only get a few brief glimpses of this saber in the movies, but it is definitely one of the prettiest designs that I've seen. It's very regal looking, and Ultimate Works and the POC Store have done a great job in capturing that. I have listed other saber companies in my budget lightsaber videos, Crimson Dawn and Rebel Sabers and some others that do carry replicas of this saber. However, I just find that the POC Store Ultimate Works version looks the best in my opinion. Very regal looking, has a very interesting emitter with these vented windows that go all the way around, that copper bronzish color. I like the look of the activation switch very much so. So that is number 9 on my list, and if you want to check that out, they are in stock right now on the POC Store for $559 for the fully installed Profi with the NeoPixel blade. So number 8, I'm going to go with, once again, POC Store and Ultimate Works This one is called the Lord. Now, this is one of my favorite sabers. Since I saw it in episode 2, Attack of the Clones, Count Dooku's saber, that curved hilt lightsaber, I thought that was one of the coolest things ever. That design is very, very unique. I know there are other curved hilt designs out there. I think, is it Asajj Ventress? I'm not sure. I only recently started watching the Clone Wars animated series, so I can't really remember which one. But this curved hilt design with that sort of single claw that kind of goes towards the blade, I love that design. As of right now, the Lord is sold out on the POC Store and Ultimate Works on the POC Store's website. However, that is one of my favorite designs overall. That curved hilt, that chrome looking finished saber, that just looks amazing to me. So that's number 8. Now moving on to number 7, and this is one that I've mentioned before, Electrum Sabercraft's Evoflex. Now, I've mentioned this in my budget lightsabers videos. Electrum Sabercrafts is a great company, and they do have a few designs. They don't have a ton of designs. They are a little bit on the lower end of total designs. They only have 7, 8, 9, something like that designs. However, the Evoflex is definitely one of my favorites. It's a Graflex inspired hilt. It is definitely not accurate to the Graflex. There are creative liberties taken with this hilt, but it does look amazing, and especially with the battle scoring weathering, which would be an add-on to the price. But it is definitely a gorgeous looking hilt. I cannot get over that design. With the chip in the emitter, it's kind of chipped off. Looks like it really has been worn down and weathered, and it just looks great. So that's another one. That is Electrum Sabercraft's Evoflex with battle scoring weathering at number 7 on my list. Now moving on to number 6, and I've also mentioned this one before in a previous video, Bendu Armory's Marbled Kuroku Obsidian Saber. Now, Bendu Armory is the only saber company that I know of that actually offers sabers with a carbon fiber chassis and hilt. Another attraction to Bendu Armory is they have their Mark II Century quick swaps core chassis design thing that allows you to swap the chassis to different sabers and different hilts, which is very, very cool, and it's actually pretty revolutionary in my opinion. However, this Marbled Kuroku Obsidian hilt design is absolutely gorgeous. Kuroku just means cork in Japanese, so it has that marbled look as you'd see from like a marbled countertop or something like that. It has that marbled look, but with the cork feel. It is absolutely gorgeous. I'm not sure if it's actually made of cork or not, but it definitely is very, very interesting. And it is a semi-curved hilt design, just like the Lord from the POC Store and Ultimate Works. So that is a great option. This is definitely one of my favorites, hence why it's on this list and in this video. Now moving on to number 5. I've also mentioned this one before. Just about every saber hilt that I mentioned in this video, with the exception of, I believe, 3 or 4 of them, I have mentioned on this channel. But this is definitely one that I mentioned in my most recent video about the budget lightsabers, is the Vaders Vault Starkiller. Now, if you haven't played The Force Unleashed or watched anything or seen anything from The Force Unleashed, this is a Starkiller replica saber with a crystal reveal. And this is definitely one of the prettiest hilts that I have ever seen, hence why it costs $2,600. But this is the saber that Vaders Vault, that this is what kind of gave them their name. Their Starkiller was, I believe, their original hilt, and it kind of got them popular, and Vaders Vault would not be where it is today without the Starkiller hilt. And this version of the Starkiller hilt is absolutely stunning. I love this saber. If I had the coin to drop on that saber, I definitely would do it. This is definitely, this is a showpiece. I would never duel with this thing, but this is an absolutely stunning hilt design from Vaders Vault. And you all know how I feel about Vaders Vault. Definitely an absolutely outstanding company. Definitely go check them out and the rest of their sabers. And moving on to number 4, this is one that I have not mentioned before. This is the Corsair MW2 V2. So MW2, I'm not talking about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, although that is a great game. This is the Mace Windu 2, because if you realize in the first movie, the Phantom Menace, he has like an all silver basic looking saber hilt. There's a close-up shot at the very end of the movie, but in the Attack of the Clones and in Revenge of the Sith, he has a different looking saber with the that kind of T-track looking design, kind of similar to what the Graflex has, and the golden accents. There's a name for the golden accents. Can't remember what it's called, but it's like a certain material that is only granted to Jedi Masters or something like that. I can't remember what it's called, but there is that design, and this is definitely one of my favorite designs. And when you pair this with the purple color blade and that sort of reflection that the blade has off of that chrome finish and that gold finish in a dark room, it's absolutely stunning. This MW2 V2, this is the second version of Corsair's MW Mace Windu hilt, and this is the replica from episodes 2 and 3, Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. And this is absolutely stunning. I say that about every saber on this list because these are absolutely gorgeous sabers, and they deserve to be highlighted, which is why I'm making this video. So if you are interested in that, go check that out. I'm not sure if it's in stock right now. Corsair brought it back in stock for limited time. As you know, I've mentioned in the past that Corsair does these limited runs on their sabers, and they only allow a certain amount of orders before they go out of stock. But they did restock these for a little while last week or the week before. So definitely go check that out if you are interested. Now moving on to one, and this is shockingly, get this, shockingly, my favorite lightsaber company, my top lightsaber company. I've mentioned many times, this is their only entry on this list for me. And it's not actually a saber that you can get stock. You have to ask them to make it for you, or ask them to make this custom edition. It's the Saber Trio Reaver with silver claws. Now, the Saber Trio Reaver comes stock with these black claws, as you can see on their website, and on Google Images and stuff like that. And most people that have the Reaver have the black claws. However, I did notice this picture on the Aura Lightsabers subreddit, and I fell in love with this design. And Saber Trio is so good with their customer service and their manufacturing that they will opt to do this for you if you ask them. The silver claws, it just gives more of a balance, I feel, to the overall hilt design. Not to say that the black claws don't look good. They definitely do look good. They look very good. However, I just feel like with those silver accents on those claws, it just puts this one over the top. And I just love this design. It looks absolutely stunning. So that is number 3 on my list, the Saber Trio Reaver with custom silver claws. You'd have to ask Saber Trio to do that for you. And moving on to number 2, and this is one that I actually have. This is the Corsair, or 89 Sabers, or whoever is the hilt partner, the Corsair LS Stunt V2 Weather. Now, I mentioned in my video about this saber, which you can go check out up here at the top right corner, that this was the first lightsaber that I ever saw in a Star Wars movie. It was the first scene that I ever saw, which was Luke Skywalker in the Sarlacc pit saving Han Solo and Leia and all them in the desert. It was this exact hilt, which I'll link in the description, the background behind this hilt and the background behind actually like all of the canon hilts in the movies, and how there's different versions of the hilts for the props that are actually used in the movies. And what you see on screen, there's different versions. There's a hero version, and there's an LS Stunt V2 version, and there's a shared stunt version, all this different stuff. My favorite, and the first one that I ever saw, was the LS Stunt V2, that with that certain switch plate design with the clamp instead of the arrows with the 2 black buttons. My favorite was the clamp with that different switch plate and that weathered finish. I've mentioned it before. This is the first one that I saw. This is my favorite one that I saw. This is my favorite version of Luke's hilt that I saw in the movies, and my favorite version that I've seen from any store. That weathering effect, that it gives that that silvery black finish instead of on the neck. There's that copper finish. I love the copper finish, or that pewter, whatever color that is on the neck. I love that finish, but this design is definitely my favorite of those Luke stunt versions. Now, moving on to, instead of number 1 on my list, I'm going to throw in a bonus. This is actually not a production saber. This isn't one that you can buy outright from a saber company. Sorry I mentioned that in the beginning, but this is the one exception on this list and in this video. This is one that I didn't even know existed until I watched a video from my boy Benji. And I mentioned in my previous video, please go check out Benji's channel at Nerf Herder Customs. I will be running a lightsaber giveaway in the future, but only if we reach 2,000 subs on this channel and 1,000 subs on his channel. He deserves all the subs in the world. Great guy, Benji. Love you, man. Keep it up. So I discovered this hilt, the one that I'm about to mention, from Benji. He posted a video, a little short video about it, and I started doing some research into it, and it's absolutely stunning. I wish I could get this, but from what I understand, it's sold out, and it was a limited run anyway, and it's not a huge saber company. I think it's just one guy that makes these. This is the ID7 from Inspira Designs, or Inspira Designs, however you say that. This is a really unique looking hilt. That it has that curved emitter, that slanted emitter, with those 4 windows in the emitter. It has that thin neck design as well. It has a very basic, comfortable looking grip section. It has a D-ring, it has a cool looking pommel, and it has that sort of cross bridge looking section in the middle section near the thin neck. I've never seen that before. It has what looks like a screw or something that's holding it, and that's a very unique design in my opinion. I've never seen anything like that. It's just very, very unique, and this is definitely one of the only sabers that I've seen that can pull off that kind of look. Now, there are a bunch of different hilt designs out there that you can strap one of those little screw things that has that bridge across the thing, and I don't think it would look as good as this does. This is just absolutely stunning. From what I know, this was a limited run, limited time thing, and these aren't being sold wholesale for the public anymore, but I could be wrong on that. Just go check out Inspira Designs and see what they got cooking. But that is definitely one of my favorite designs. If that was a production series saber, I would actually include it number 1 on my list, but because it's not a production series saber, I just threw this in as a bonus / honorable mention. But in my heart, this is my favorite hilt that I've ever seen for a custom lightsaber. So number 1, and I've mentioned them twice on this list before, and I hope you don't think I'm just partial to this company, but it is the Corbeth / 89 Sabers Fallen V2. This is a Jaro Tapal / Cal Kestis Jedi Fallen Order saber, as the name suggests. This is, I believe, made through 89 Sabers. However, let me mention something real quick. Do not buy directly from 89 Sabers. Don't do it. There are videos, there are posts, there are stories out there about 89 Sabers, and in relation to actual paying customers compared to how they are with lightsaber companies and their partners. Don't buy directly from 89 Sabers. Buy from someone who installs their hilts, because their hilts are great, but 89 Sabers customer service and their business practices in relation to their actual customers is very, very bad. And I'm not going to delve deep into that because that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is just to look at the best looking lightsaber hilts. It's not to go into business practices and all that kind of stuff. So just keep that in mind. If you are interested in this and any 89 Sabers hilt, do not buy directly from 89 Sabers. It is not a good idea. With all that being said, the Fallen V2. I fell in love with this design just like the ID7 from Inspira Designs because of Benji over there at Nerf Herder Customs. He's done several videos on the, I believe, the original Fallen from 89 Sabers, the Fallen kit, and the Fallen V2, and I agree with him. The Fallen V2 just looks absolutely amazing. That weathered effect, you can get it all cleaned up and polished and pretty, but the weathered effect on there is just gorgeous. It has that damaged pommel section and the grip section, And I feel like this is definitely one of the more accurate versions of this hilt on the market. There are definitely more accurate versions out there. I forgot what it's called. Darth Koopa, if y'all know him. Many of my viewers here know who Darth Koopa is, and they know his channel. He does have a, I believe, what is the most accurate Jedi Fallen Order saber. He has one that is being shipped to him. So once he gets that saber in, definitely go check out his video, because I'm sure it's going to be great. Coop is a great guy. So the 89 Sabers Fallen V2, while it may not be the 100% most accurate version on the market, it's definitely my favorite looking version on the market, especially when it's weathered and dirty and gritty and has that damaged pommel. If you go check out Benji over at Nerf Herder Customs, he has those hilts and he does his own finishing touches on them, which make it look even better in my opinion. But these base hilts still look very, very good. So with all that being said, I hope what you take from this video is, one, this is not an objective list at all. This is subjective. This is just my opinions and formulated opinions from other people's opinions and how they like their hilts and all that kind of stuff. Two, these are from trusted companies, with the exception of 89 Sabers. Don't buy directly from them. Buy from one of their resellers and people that install their hilts. Don't buy directly from 89 Sabers. And three, this is just meant to be fun. Please don't take this too seriously. Please don't attack me for saying, oh, why didn't you say this one? Or why didn't you say this one? Or why did you say this one in comparison to that one? Blah, 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 whatever. Or the placing. Please don't get mad at me. This is just my opinions. I'm allowed to have my opinions. And I just thought this would appeal to a lot of you. These are sabers that I find very, very attractive, and I hope that you find very, very attractive as well. So with all that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Like I mentioned in my video about the POC Store Shiva, we are running a lightsaber giveaway, but for that to happen, we need 2,000 subs on this channel and 1,000 subs over at Nerf Herder Customs. Go get Benji to 1K. I've already noticed an uptick in the subscribers since I mentioned him. Please keep going. Tell him, may the force be with you, from the Lando Sabers community. Go show him some love. His videos are absolutely awesome. He's a very good guy, very great guy. He's very, very fun to watch. His sabers that he installs and customizes are awesome. He has some great content. He shows a lot about Crystal Focus 10, so if you are interested in Crystal Focus 10, go check that out. He does a lot of sound font demos, which is how I discovered him. I was surfing saberfont.com looking for Crystal Focus 10 sound fonts, and I saw a demo video, and it was actually Benji that was reviewing the sound font. So I discovered him through that, and then I somehow found him on YouTube and just started going from there. And I just love Benji's videos. Definitely go check out Benji. He's a great guy. Show him some love. Get him to 1K. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Let's get us to 2K. We're on that train. We're on the tracks, and we're just rolling right now. Once we get there, you already know what's going to happen. We're going to give away a lightsaber. I haven't 100% decided on which lightsaber it's going to be yet, but I will make a determination once we get closer to 2K on this channel and 1K on Benji's channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and may the force be with you.